saying here in Lincoln, there's no place like Nebraska. So why not play for a spot in the national semifinals right here? It's Wisconsin, it's Nebraska, it's a rivalry with so much on the line. Wisconsin will serve first. Nebraska has already beaten the Badgers twice this season. Bergen Riley backside to Merritt Beeson. Riley in the middle with Rebecca Alec to the donut on the court.
Rebecca Alec has been amazing offensively lately for Nebraska, and they go to her early.
Lexi Rodriguez, the AVCA West Region Player of the Year, the very first Libero to ever win that award. She is one of the best all time at that position. Backside to Anna Smrek, who will tip off of 1 foot. Harper Murray blocked. Beeson readjusting. And Andy Jackson will get the point for Nebraska. Now, Merritt Beeson, she's going to be very important today for Nebraska.
Yes, she is. It's been interesting. Her NCAA tournament numbers haven't been as good as we've seen in her 2 meetings in the regular season against Wisconsin. Kelly Sheffield told us Beeson has eaten us up the last 2 meetings. She should be an X factor here today for the Cornhuskers, Holly.
Definitely. We talked about the littles being an X factor, but Merritt Beeson's been struggling a little bit offensively, and she's had the most success against Wisconsin.
Beeson transferred in before last season from Florida, a 2-time captain, now a leader for this Nebraska team. Meanwhile, our first look at Sarah Franklin, who just got the kill, the reigning National Player of the Year. They set Beeson. Andy Jackson owning the middle. John Cook told us after Friday's regional semifinal, he described his team as disjointed.
Yeah, they were flat. I mean, they did not play the way they wanted to, but at noon, they practiced. Then they stood around, they warmed up, they sat because the match before them went long. They waited till 9 to play, and that's a late match time.
It was interesting. Yesterday at practice, I thought they were much more dialed in. They focused on their blocking, which was somewhat of a struggle on Friday against Dayton. Also, you could tell John Cook was having many conversations with Merritt Beeson, talking to her one-on-one, kind of trying to build her up so she could find that confidence again. And you've already seen Bergen Riley, the setter for Nebraska, go to Merritt Beeson a couple of times here in these early points.
Yeah, Beeson has already taken 3 swings, yet to get that first kill. Andy Jackson on the slide, dug up by Charlie Furbringer, the true freshman setter. Harper Murray on the left pin, tipping over the block. And it's a very big block to tip around for Wisconsin.
That's one of the reasons Nebraska wants to get that right side going. They want to set away from Anna Smrek, who's the blocker on the left side attacker.
Anna Smrek is 6'9", that's probably why.
Yeah, huge, and across the board, they're huge. 6'5", 6'4", 6'7", you're gonna see a bunch of big height for the Wisconsin block.
They call it the Great Wall of Madison. And Bergen Riley into the net, that's a point for the Badgers.
Overpass, missed point opportunity for Nebraska.
Kelly Sheffield told us a key today, transition. They have got to be aggressive.
For sure. I mean, they dig so many balls. They have to be physical in transition and put the ball in tough spots.
But already in these first couple of touches and points, we haven't seen great first ball control from Wisconsin, but nerves have to be a factor.
Julia Orzel gets a stop right there of Andy Jackson.
And it's blocks like that that shift momentum. Big momentum plays. Great job by Julia Orzel. Tracking this slide from Andy Jackson, bodying her, getting down her middle, and pressing over.
Wisconsin's second in the nation in blocks per set. Gulje Guchtikin serving down the line. A tough first contact like you were talking about. Furbringer outside to Orzel. Harper Murray out of the back row. Guchtikin will bump set Orzel. Orzel a second time, that is in cross court.
Transition kill, that's what Wisconsin needs. We saw fantastic hitter coverage, but Orzel staying aggressive, getting physical, not tipping, and that's not coming off the setter, that's coming off Gigi. The defensive specialist, sharp inside the block between the 2 defenders in the backcourt for Nebraska.
All 3 first touches for Wisconsin, perfect.
Taylor Landfair, the transfer from Minnesota, on the swing. Orgel with the tip, flying in is Lainey Choboy. One arm save from Lola Schumacher. Landfair out, did not get a touch on it.
Taylor Landfair trying to attack Charlie Furbringer, the smaller blocker for Wisconsin on the right side.
4-0 run for the Badgers. They continue to serve at Harper Murray. She handled that one much better and then got the swing.
It is kind of a funny moment because Wisconsin's backcourt, they're so deep because they're expecting a bomb. There she just kind of swings down a little bit too much, catches the tape, and lays it in front of Lola Schumacher. Not a mistake you see Lola Schumacher make often.
And Harper Murray, a true freshman last year, was a third-team All-American in the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Her game has taken another step. I forget that she's a sophomore sometimes.
Harper Murray has become more consistent in every area of the game. Coach Cook challenged her to be a better server, and she's really stepped up in every category.
I've been really impressed with Orgel here to start this match. Usually we're talking a lot about Sarah Franklin. She goes up and gets the ball high. She's the one that bangs balls. Orgel recycles a lot. She's just a smart, heady player. But so far we've seen her get a nice couple of kills here.
Yeah, she's had 6 swings compared to Sarah Franklin, who's just had 1 swing so far. Rebecca Alec running the slide.
Rebecca Alec had 10 kills on Friday, and that offensive streak continues. She's so confident, driving hard. She wants the ball. Bergen Riley gives it to her high in that seam.
And Nebraska already showing they can use both of their middles coming behind the setter off of 1 foot. Talking about Rebecca Alec and Andy Jackson. Franklin's second swing, dug. She'll get another opportunity and puts it to the floor.
Pretty nice setting yourself up like that, Holly.
Definitely. Lexi Rodriguez touched it, just couldn't control it on her side of the net, and Wisconsin cleans things up.
21 kills on Friday against Texas A&M for Sarah Franklin. Taylor Landfair swinging on the right side.
Yesterday at practice, Taylor Landfair was attacking that right side when she passes on the right side. Lexi Rodriguez takes care of the first contact, puts it in Bergen Riley's hands, and look how high and fast Taylor Landfair attacks that line. They specifically worked on that yesterday.
I think you're seeing a trend here early from Nebraska. They're going behind Bergen Riley a lot. They feel like Wisconsin struggles against that right side attack.
Carter Booth coming off a career high on Friday. She hits the slide.
Charlie Furbringer and Carter Booth have had a really nice connection. The last month and a half, it's really improved. To start the season, they weren't connecting like they want to, but now Carter Booth has been putting up fantastic offensive numbers.
We serve. Oh,
Rodriguez, yeah, one hand. Can Harper Murray get it over? She can! Are they going to say she was off of the floor? You have to keep at least 1 foot on the playing surface in order to pursue the ball.
And I don't think this is a challengeable call, which is so unfortunate because what hustle.
Lexi Rodriguez on the floor.
Oh, and you see both feet are off of the red. She would need to keep 1 foot on the red, the official playing surface, in order to pursue that volleyball.
Incredible effort by Harper Murray to get that ball all the way over the net.
I don't believe, like you said, Katie, I don't believe you can challenge that. Again, you see Harper Murray on the right side, both feet off of the red. And then Wisconsin gets an ace right off of that play.
If you're Nebraska at this moment, an unbelievable hustle play. Very unfortunate that Harper Murray was unable to keep 1 foot on the Terraflex, but now you got to settle back in and regroup.
Next play mentality.
That was a key for Nebraska in their first 2 wins against Wisconsin. John Cook told us following the game plan and having next play mentality.
Yeah, because both of these teams are so good. You're going to bounce balls. You're going to make unbelievable digs. You just got to stay patient and know that these are going to be long rallies that we're going to see throughout the course of this match.
Well, the Schumacher steps in to pass that right on top of her setter's head. They can go to Sarah Franklin, but wide, and a point for Nebraska.
Charlie Furbringer had set up a one-on-one for Sarah Franklin on the left pin, and Sarah Franklin just tried to turn that too sharp. Missed wide.
Schmreck on 1 foot. Out.
Wisconsin back-to-back hitting errors off plays where the hitter was one-on-one, and that's usually advantage hitter.
Add in the service error, that's 3 points just given to Nebraska here that helps out with this run.
You're on foot. She goes, go with her. Help, help.
It's coming over. Beeson tipping into the block. Bergen Riley saves. It's got to go over. It does.
Get over.
Carter Booth with the setup for Sarah Franklin, and the Badgers benefit.
And this is one thing that separates Wisconsin from other teams in the country. Every front court player has the ability to step in and use their hands and put up a great set. That is a 6'7" middle blocker putting up a dime ball for Sarah Franklin.
Carter Booth has fantastic hands as well.
And how do you two setters feel about that?
Maybe I would love people stepping in, but
I'm okay with it if the hands look like that.
Yeah. Remember, new this year, it's okay to double a ball as long as it's on the second contact, meaning you passing it or setting it up for your teammate. You can't double the ball and send it over to the opponent. But that looked pretty clean from Booth.
Very nice.
Nebraska keeps serving Lola Schumacher, the libero for Wisconsin. Free ball back to the Badgers. Orgel. And there's going to be a net violation on Nebraska.
Freshman setter was for Wisconsin, Charlie Furbringer, saw that Bergen Riley was down and running to the net. You'll see her enter the picture late, and it's hard to stop your body momentum. You see her body catch the net because she was chasing that one dig. Smart set by Charlie Furbringer.
Long from Schumacher. Nebraska will make a sub. Lady Choboy, Taylor Landfair, both back in. Personnel-wise, important to note, Lindsay Krause is back. She was out with an illness. They thought she had food poisoning on Friday, had to leave the arena, not available, part of Nebraska's depth. Murray with a pancake. Landfair tipping. Charlie Furbringer gets there. Orgel's turn. Touched.
Yulia Orgel, number 22 in red for Wisconsin, taking some big swings early in this match. She's been very effective that time. High hands off the block of Nebraska.
She was Wisconsin's libero last year. Talk about versatility.
Oh my gosh, and Kelly Sheffield will be the first to tell you, she is such a team player, will do any job that is needed. But to your point, the versatility she has shown throughout the course of her career has been pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and it started before Wisconsin. She's a native of Poland. She played opposite. Has moved to the outside and played libero at Wisconsin.
Taylor Landfair going high and deep, and that's something John Cook was telling her yesterday in practice. Stay high, aim deep, and it pays off there for Nebraska.
And you have to do that, especially when you're going against such big blocks on both sides, truly. You want to be able to try to go off the hands, tool the block if you can. High and deep's the way to go.
Over.
Kennedy Orr, a serving sub, checking in. And Rebecca Alec owning the net to tie this thing up at 14.
Wisconsin needs to clean up their passing.
First tie since it was 4-all. Wisconsin has led by as many as 4 here in the opening set, playing to 25. Orgel. Sarah Franklin out of the back row, stopped by a triple block. We'll be back for more after these messages and a word from your local ABC stations.
1,000 so far in set one.
Yeah, I think that's good. It's the corn shirt.
Is it?
Nebraska up by 1 here in the opening set. The winner of this match is going to the national semifinal.
Harper very much still in the court of play.
Furbringer trying to dump. Rebecca Alex sends it back. Orgel dogged by Choboy. Taylor Landfair. Schumacher gets her hands up. The scrappy play from the Wisconsin Littles.
That's the second time the right back defender for Wisconsin was dug in their heels. They know Harper Murray's bringing the heat. It catches the tape, slows down, drops in front of that defender. They need to be stop balance, a little bit more on their toes.
Service error for Nebraska. That ends a 4-0 run. Taylor Landfair. Oh, and Devin Robinson gives a little shush to the crowd.
Well, the crowd has been very loud and for good reason. One of the best atmospheres in the country, but a nice job by Devin Robinson moving laterally there. We'll see if she can continue to shush the crowd with some blocks here.
Tied at 16. Rebecca Alec on the slide. Furbringer pushes it to Franklin with the roll shot. Out of the back row comes Murray, and she took just enough off of it.
What Harper Murray does really well is her hand contact. She gets top spin and pace on that ball, and it drops in the donut quick. But her approach looks the same every time. She comes in full speed ahead, so the defense is on the perimeter waiting, and that's why that ball drops.
Kelly Sheffield told us yesterday at practice, in the 2 meetings, they've done a really nice job spinning the ball to the donut. He said, we haven't controlled those well. We've got to be better at that today.
The donut, the natural opening right in the middle of the court. Taylor Landfair heating up.
Taylor Landfair using her physicality on the left side for Nebraska, and that's what John Cook wants from her.
This has been a much better offensive start from Nebraska's offense across the board.
And Wisconsin takes a timeout. We've heard the crowd, we've seen the product. This is a Nebraska program that has had so much success. And John Cook, yeah, he's a volleyball coach, but he's also full-time coach, part-time Cowboy. This is someone who's now in his 25th season leading the Nebraska volleyball program, a 3-time National Coach of the Year. He's had some talent, 66 All-Americans, 3 National Players of the Year, 8 national championship appearances. He's been a part of 4 of Nebraska's 5 national championships, and they made it all the way to the championship match last year, but Texas swept them, and I think the Cornhuskers learned a lot from that experience.
They learned a great deal. They certainly did, and I think that they were shocked with how that national championship match played out, but it's been an underlying motivating factor throughout the course of this season. One thing this team wanted to get better at was serve, receive, and passing. They were served off the floor in that national final in Tampa a year ago. They have done a remarkable job from serve, receive, and we've already seen that so far today.
Yeah, Texas aced them in the national championship match 12 times.
Their serve receive numbers for Nebraska this season are better than they were last year. Significantly, they've been focusing on that every day. It's in the back of their mind, and they do not want to have any weaknesses heading into a match like this and the rest of the season.
They are aced the fewest amount of times of any team in the country. They lead the nation in least amount of aces allowed.
Well, Nebraska forced Wisconsin to call that timeout. Madison, what were they talking about in the Wisconsin huddle?
Coach Kelly Sheffield was speaking to his outside attackers and said, I need you guys to hit deeper. Area 6, area 1, I need us to hit with more versatility and hit to those deep zones.
How could that help them facing this Nebraska defense?
Helps you avoid the block. And it makes it tougher to bring it back.
Bergen Riley had to dive for that. In comes Landfair flying. Largest lead for the Huskers.
Wisconsin's having a hard time finding open floor, and Harper Murray, who's playing middle back for Nebraska right now in the back row, is touching everything defensively.
She's so long and lean. She's got such great range as a defender in the back row.
Furbringer to Franklin, down the line, attacking the setter, Bergen Riley. And Taylor Landfair is on one. That's 5 kills now. The former Big Ten Player of the Year when she was at Minnesota.
And that was a broken play. Lexi Rodriguez had to run that ball down, hangs it up inside for Taylor Landfair to go and get it. Really nice start so far from Taylor Landfair.
Wisconsin had an 11-7 lead. Since then, Nebraska is on a 13-5 run.
Wow.
Franklin trying to find that line. Can't.
When Nebraska's defense is on fire, doing what they do best, the court just shrinks. As an attacker, it's hard to find open floor, and you make those errors.
Badgers will use their final timeout of this set as Nebraska in the red zone. They need 4 more points to win this set. Let's go back to the last point because it just got really loud inside the Devaney Center. Let's listen in.
They get even louder when the opposing team has to call a timeout.
Yeah, yes, they do. The Devaney Center seats officially 8,309 fans. They can add, what is it, about 600 more with standing room up at the top. That's where we saw Madison at the beginning of this match.
And as she told us, John Cook challenged this group, will us to Louisville, help us get to a national semifinal again. Home court advantage is such a massive deal in women's volleyball. That's why those #1 seeds are so coveted. Nebraska was able to get one here, and now they're reaping the benefits here in set 1.
Well, down here it is very loud, very electric. I'm hearing go big red, go big red. That's pretty much all I can hear. But the signs are also very creative. I see a "Tis the season for a Husker Natty." All I want for Christmas is a Husker National Championship. And a pretty funny one behind me. My husband thinks I'm shopping, but I'm here watching Nebraska volleyball.
I'm sure
that's one.
I'm sure the husband is happy that she's here instead of shopping.
One of these teams is going to play in the national semifinals on Thursday. And Sarah Franklin, if you're Wisconsin, you needed that kill coming out of the timeout.
After the timeout, Wisconsin responds with a perfect pass, clean side out. Sarah Franklin had some room to operate there.
She's got 4 kills, but she's hitting .077. Cece Crawford with the service error. Nebraska 3 points away from taking the opening set, and the true freshman, Olivia Malk, rotates in to serve. Franklin with some power for her 5th kill.
It's a really nice job there by Charlie Furbringer, holding with the middle and allowing Sarah Franklin to get a one-on-one kill there.
Now Furbringer serving. She's got 2 aces today already. Oh, she's got 3 aces today already.
This has been a strong serving rotation with Charlie Furbringer on the back line for Wisconsin. They've gone on long runs all season long with her at the service line.
And John Cook wants to try to break this up. He's going to call a timeout. We step aside, but just for a moment, Nebraska up 22-19 in the first set. caught up this year and keep that streak from happening again.
Creighton was really impressive last match we saw, and they have a good chance today if they continue to play like that. They've got lots of veterans on their team.
So that match coming up again later tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, Penn State and Creighton.
Wisconsin obviously hoping to send this #1 seed home. Not going to do it with missed serves and errors in the front row.
This rotation for Wisconsin, they've got Carter Booth and Anna Smrek. They usually run a double quick. If they can get a good pass, it's a high percentage kill for Wisconsin.
Carter Booth in the middle. Harper Murray rejected by Anna Smrek.
Anna Smrek has been on fire, 9 blocks, back-to-back matches, and she just smothers that ball. 6'9", lines up, and look at the disciplined hand press. Beautiful block execution.
Decent tipping around the Wisconsin block. Carter Booth right to the middle of the court, the donut.
And I like the run from Charlie Furbringer there. Disjointed play, but in transition, getting Carter Booth involved on that 31 quick set.
And Wisconsin is within 2. Andy Jackson just hanging in the air.
Sometimes mistimed hits catch the defense off guard. You'll take it.
Set point, Nebraska.
Oh, beautiful.
Textbook.
What a hold from Charlie Furbringer.
For Wisconsin, it starts with a perfect pass, and Charlie Furbringer so good at jump setting that ball. She's already established her middle, and that isolated Orgel on the left side.
Second set point, Nebraska. Andy Jackson on the slide. A diving Schumacher keeps it going. And then lethal on the slide on the Wisconsin side with Anna Smrek.
Anna Smrek's been working on that slide the last month. Hasn't hit a lot of slides in her career, but they've been working on this connection. Goes off 1 foot, high contact point, goes high down the line and hard.
Really nice response from Wisconsin here to push this thing to a 1-point deficit.
Remember, this is an experienced Wisconsin team, too. This Wisconsin program won a national championship in 2021. They have 3 players, including Anna Smrek, who was on that national championship winning team. And I guess who they won beat in that match? That would be Nebraska.
And this rivalry goes way back. It's a deep one.
Yes, it does.
Wisconsin was also pushed on Friday to 5 sets, and they found themselves in a stressful situation. So they've been down in a match and responded.
It's just the opening set. I feel like we're in a 5th set right now.
Careful what you wish for, Courtney. We very well can be there in a couple hours.
That's fine. I am here for all the volleyball that we can get. 3rd meeting of the season between Nebraska and Wisconsin. Nebraska won the first 2 meetings. Not only did they win them, they swept Wisconsin in both of those.
Well, I think there's a caveat to the second meeting here on November 23rd. Wisconsin was decimated in their backcourt. They were without Lola Schumacher. They were without Kuche Kuchtakinch. That certainly matters when 2 of your best Libros, defensive specialists, are not available to dig the balls up. That certainly swayed in Nebraska's direction.
Right now, Wisconsin on a 6-2 run. This will be a 3rd set point for Nebraska. You do have to win by 2. Lola Schumacher on the serve. Here comes Harper Murray. Furbringer backside to Smrek. And we are tied at 24.
Really nice block touch there, Holly, to control that first contact for Wisconsin. And I like that Anna Smrek didn't go power. She took some off there.
Disciplined block move by Wisconsin, and that makes Harper Murray work around it.
3-0 run for the Badgers. And it's long. 4th set point for Nebraska. Neither team has a timeout. Harper Murray will serve. Choboy and Landfair back in the match for Nebraska. They're calling on Schmreck. She's dug by Murray. Landfair. Taylor Landfair gives the first set to Nebraska.
Defensive transition really impressive by Nebraska, and that was the difference at the end of the set.
Really nice job by Taylor Landfair, swinging big there. An excellent first set from these two rivals. We expected this to be close. I think we're in store for an excellent, excellent regional final from Nebraska.
Steady, and watching her learn to make quick adjustments in the game has been really impressive. Courtney, pretty incredible compliments from a legend of the sport.
Yeah, and how cool is it that she gets to learn from Jordan Larson, who was on the national team this summer when Team USA won a silver medal in Paris.
Well, Murray idolizes Larson, and rightfully so, and Larson's good at every single skill on the volleyball court as she goes along there. But John Cook said having Larson as a role model, having her as an ally on the bench has really helped Harper Murray grow in all aspects of her game to become a great all-around volleyball player.
Sarah Franklin with a fantastic dig for Wisconsin. Yulia Orgel trying to just thread that needle down the line, missing the block and the court wide.
Lexi Rodriguez going at Sarah Franklin. And Anna Schmreck with the kill. While Jordan Larson is on the Nebraska bench, there's another Olympian over on the Wisconsin bench, Lauren Carlini. Her and Dana Retke became the first Wisconsin Olympians this summer when they were a part of Team USA.
Lauren Carlini has been tutoring Charlie Furbringer. They watch film every week together, and they're very different style setters, but they can learn by working together, and Charlie Furbringer has just flourished for Wisconsin.
Passing on that knowledge. And here is Team USA, Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini in Paris this summer, picking up that silver medal. Lauren Carlini, a 2-time All-American, a 2-time Big Ten Setter of the Year, and the Big Ten Player of the Year in 2014. Roll shot from Murray, it works!
Oh, and you just hate that for Wisconsin because Charlie Furbringer is in great position to dig up that tip. Unfortunately, the block just reaches back. In that instance, you want to communicate, say, I'm here, I've got it, I'm under you. Unfortunately, just a little bit of miscommunication there for the Badgers.
Julia Orgel off the block. Furbringer's trying to run Cece Crawford, and Nebraska knew.
Bergen Riley, the right side blocker for Nebraska, sets that block up. She had 2 different block moves with Andy Jackson, and those two work really well together defensively. Perfect timing, closing the seam.
Beeson will set this over. Ooh, that one tight to the net. Furbringer just had to bump it up, and Andy Jackson was ready to clean up that mistake from Wisconsin.
Missed opportunity. We talked about executing at big moments, and that was an opportunity for Wisconsin to score. Anna Schmreck passes this ball tight, and Charlie Furbringer can't set her offense.
Andy Jackson's got herself 5 kills, hitting 500.
And she does it quietly.
Yeah.
You don't really notice how efficient she is, but it's necessary for their success.
Murray chasing it. One-handed save, one arm save by Furbringer. Murray again into the block. They just keep going back to Harper Murray. Backside to Crawford. Look at Lexi Rodriguez lay out. Sarah Franklin got there in time. Rodriguez, one of the greats.
What a rally! What defense on both sides. Lexi Rodriguez, get you some, girl. She is everywhere back there for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Dig after dig. Wisconsin has to take a commercial break.
National semifinals. Lexi Rodriguez, the AVCA Region West Player of the Year, a three-time Libero of the Year in the conference, making all the plays, and she's close to history, trying to catch up to Justine Wong-Orantes, who is an Olympian in the career digs leader category in Nebraska. And we mentioned, guys, at the start of this match, the littles, like Lexi, could be an X factor here today.
We've seen so many incredible defensive plays today.
An ace out of the timeout for Merritt Beeson.
Speaking of littles, Malk.
A 6-0 run. Orgel. That came back and touched Wisconsin. They're going to give this point to Nebraska.
It certainly did. Bergen Riley, solid block, hands pressed over, and that ball came back, hitting Julia Orgel off the rebound.
And that ends a 7-0 run by Nebraska.
Totally different look from Nebraska volleyball today as compared to what we saw on Friday night.
Friday, Nebraska was flat. They weren't as focused. It was late at night. That's what they said. But way more focused and on task, obviously playing against one of their foes in the Big Ten.
Yeah, John Cook used the word disjointed to describe Nebraska on Friday to us. They still got the win over Dayton. Andy Jackson terminating.
I love that run. It's so fun to watch, and it's so terminal. Bergen Riley does a great job setting up this slide off of a perfect pass, and Andy Jackson is so lethal when she goes off of 1 foot, turns that ball cross court.
Asia O'Neal of Texas was known as the slide queen. She's graduated. Do we think Andy Jackson is the new slide queen?
Oh, no doubt.
Crown her. That is down from Harper Murray.
Harper Murray out of the backcourt and going wrist away between the two defenders.
8-1 run for the Cornhuskers. They took set one, 26-24. Orgel had to reach behind her to get it. Look at Harper Murray lay out. Net violation against Wisconsin.
Nebraska's just making things so difficult right now for Wisconsin from the service line, and they can't find a way to score. The defense has been relentless for the Cornhuskers.
And Sarah Franklin in the back row. She will stop a 3-0 run.
Wisconsin forced to run a back row attack off of a bump set. Charlie Furbringer just putting it up and say, Sarah Franklin, please go to work, and she does.
Franklin now in the front row for Wisconsin. Dug up by Guchtikin. Harper Murray staying on the playing surface to pursue that volleyball. She tried to in the first set and got called back. Devin Robinson on the slide, wide. Kelly Sheffield letting his team play through this and try to figure it out. Wisconsin does have one timeout left in this set. Franklin, it was tight to the net. Landfair wants a touch. There is a touch on that ball. Sheffield thought about pulling the green challenge card, but did not, and he will use his final timeout. A 12-2 run for Nebraska. And the Littles, the defensive specialist, the libero for Nebraska. Wow, impressive.
So impressive. It just has to be so frustrating, Holly, if you're Wisconsin, because it's so difficult to score right now.
They're taking fantastic swings, but Nebraska is everywhere. Bodies flying. The defensive effort and energy on the side of Nebraska is incredible, and it's frustrating for Wisconsin. Harper Murray's playing middle back and digging in the middle of the court. She's everywhere with her foot speed.
The energy, the effort is there today as you see the numbers for the Littles. Lexi Rodriguez leading the way with 9 digs.
Harper Murray included in that, but just because she's so quick defensively, and she's playing center field, just running down so many balls defensively for Nebraska.
When you're playing such a great defensive team like Nebraska, you have to be so sharp with every single contact. And right now, we've seen Wisconsin spray a few balls from serve receive. Sets have been a little bit tight, leaving headers right inside with the block. You've got to be so sharp and clean against a great team like this. We need to see a response from Wisconsin here.
And Madison, what were they talking about in the Wisconsin huddle?
Well, Katie, you had it spot on. Coach Sheffield said it's all about that first ball contact. We need to control it in serve receive and transition a little bit better.
Can they make that adjustment here? They've got a hole to climb out of. Nebraska up 13-4 here in set 2. Furbringer tried to take it over on the option, and Rebecca Alec threw up her hands.
Yesterday at Scout, John Cook and Jalen Riggs, who's the defensive coordinator for Nebraska, talked about this particular play. Strong right hand because Charlie Furbringer likes to throw down in that angle. Rebecca Alec understands the defensive assignment.
How could you not play like that when your family's wearing a corn shirt?
I just want to know where the green stalk is.
Maybe his green pants.
Maybe his green pants.
That, I think, would be nice.
It's coming back over. Bergen Riley, pancakes by Guchtikin. Free ball back to Wisconsin. They need a kill here. Franklin going down the line, and Showboy got the ball up. Orgel back row. I mean, Wisconsin had to try everything.
I like that choice by Charlie Furbringer. Everybody thinks the ball's going to Sarah Franklin. She goes straight up behind her on the big Laney Showboy with the one-arm stab to keep it alive for Nebraska. But this time, Wisconsin with the response.
Perfect pass from Harper Murray. And a miss hit by Rebecca Alec.
Ball was set a little tight, and Rebecca Alec trying to go for high hands misses everything.
Cece Crawford. Murray soaring from the back row. Carter Booth wide.
Carter Booth, 6'7". I love the run to go quick in the middle. Charlie Furberger got her in a great situation, but you gotta leave that set a little bit higher so she can go up at her highest contact point and hit that ball.
Yeah, Carter Booth, 6'7". Fanfare roll shot, Schumacher with a dig. They'll use Booth on the slide this time, moving her around.
Nice run in transition there.
Carter Booth going off 1 foot, a little bit of hang time. The connection wasn't perfect, but she's able to get that ball to drop for Wisconsin.
Carter Booth put up a career-high 14 kills on Friday in the regional semifinal against Texas A&M. She also had 9 blocks. Kelly Sheffield has called her a force of nature with how she can impact the game. Free ball to the Huskers.
Great save.
Into the sharp angle by Sarah Franklin. That puts her at 7 kills.
And it's not a perfect situation, but an unbelievable save from Orgel here and middle back. But look at this angle, 4-4, wrist away. That is such a sharp shot to hit in an unclean situation.
And Nebraska will take a timeout here. Wisconsin playing catch-up. Nebraska used a 7-0 run earlier in this set to jump ahead and has controlled most of set 2. Just the second appearance in the regional final coming up tonight for Creighton, who is on a 25-match win streak, by the way. Charlie Fernbringer behind the service line for the Badgers. Done by Orgel. Sarah Franklin tips Merritt Beeson, gets it up. Carter Booth drops one.
That time ball set a little bit higher to Carter Booth, and she's able to keep that ball in the court. Sharp angle. This was close on the pancake. Looks like it got more floor. But because Wisconsin won the point, they did not have to challenge that.
It's a 6-1 run for Wisconsin.
Oh, shoot. So Anna Smeck there, double contact. It was a point for Nebraska, but Sarah Franklin didn't quite realize that. She went to attack that second ball. And she unfortunately hit Bergen Riley, the setter for Nebraska, right in the face.
Let's check it with Madison.
And from this perspective, it was a pretty hard hit, but Bergen Riley seems completely fine. And Sarah Franklin is such a good sport. She immediately was, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that.
Two outstanding athletes to watch. Two outstanding competitors. Everybody okay? And the Huskers follow it up with an ace.
Freshman Olivia Mauk. She was a running joke with Coach Cook, who called her serve wimpy at the beginning of the year. And then he actually got out in practice and tried to pass it and couldn't. This is the best serving rotation for Nebraska with her on the back line.
And they continue on with Rebecca Alec guarding the net.
And I love the feistiness from a true freshman to say, okay, you think it's wimpy, Coach? Well, why don't you go out and try to pass it? And it did not go well for John Cook.
No, it didn't.
And guess what? We have video evidence because the internet is a real thing. TikTok.
Okay, guys, so Coach said live serve is wimpy. So we're gonna see if he can pass it.
Thank you.
I didn't see either one of you volunteer to try to pass it.
No, thank you. We're setters. We're not passers.
Oh, okay.
We
All right.
like the second contact. Wisconsin continues to get Charlie Furbringer too tight to the net, and she can't get up and save that ball. They need to pull that off so she can run the offense.
And it's a credit to Nebraska's serving right now. They are really attacking Wisconsin from the service line.
Nebraska using their serve to get Wisconsin out of system, meaning they don't have all three attacking options. This is in system for the Badgers, and you see what Smrek can do, a beautiful angle.
What a shot.
When Wisconsin passes the ball well, they've got the weapons, but they need to keep that ball off the net so Furbringer can feed Anna Smrek, who can be lethal offensively.
Into the middle with Andy Jackson. Sarah Franklin with the one-arm save, and then Furbringer had the pancake. They just couldn't get it back over the net.
Really nice pursuit from Wisconsin, but to Holly's point, when you watch Nebraska serve receive, they're placing that ball time and time again right on top of Bergen Riley's head. She's in system consistently. She can run any hitter at any moment.
And she has 6 different players averaging over 2 kills per set she can choose from.
Yes, that is a luxury.
Smrek attacking the seam in the block.
I think she went over the block.
She did. CeCe Crawford, the middle blocker in the front row. You don't see middles step in and pass, but very confident pass, and she sets up that offense for Anna Smrek on the right side.
Smrek's been a bright spot. 5 kills, hitting .308. She also has 4 digs.
If you're Wisconsin right now, you need to string together some points, go on a service run to try to steal some momentum back to your side.
Oh, and that just hung on the top of the tape.
When you're serving a team, you look at their passers, you have a game plan, and you look at Nebraska, you've got 3 really good passers. Looks like Wisconsin trying to keep the pressure on Harper Murray. Back-to-back points for Wisconsin.
A nice response from the Badgers here.
And you see Kelly Sheffield, he's calling out where he wants Gulje Guchikin to serve this ball.
Zone 3, let's see if she can drop it right in, and she goes a bit far.
Just a bit far.
3 would be in the shorter area where Harper Murray was, so she would have to take that ball and then work for her approach, but that one misses long.
Maybe it was just a suggestion?
Maybe.
You could final say as the server?
And here's how the court's broken up when it comes to zones on the court. That white line down the middle is the net.
Zone 3 was where we thought Kelly Sheffield wanted Gigi to serve to. Just drop it right over the net to bring Harper Murray up and in front. Service zone's extremely important when trying to pick apart an offense.
Boom from Taylor Landfair.
Bergen Riley pushing that ball up, high contact point, and Taylor Landfair taking very aggressive swings for Nebraska.
She looks a lot different than she did on Friday.
Yeah, she had a disjointed and off night as well. Everybody did, quite frankly, other than Harper Murray. And this has been a really good response, not just by Landfair, but from Nebraska's offense top to bottom.
Furbringer gets the perfect pass, goes to Sarah Franklin, Showboy, and Harper Murray unable to track that ball down. Nebraska needs 3 points to take set 2. She's in double figures with 10 kills.
Great hold by Bergen Riley. She gets Landfair in a one-on-one situation. Look at the seam. She can go line if she wants, which she does over top of a smaller setter in Charlie Furbringer. Heck of a swing.
Franklin down the line, dug by Riley. Eric Beeson off the block, set point Nebraska.
Wisconsin is out of system, and hitting an out-of-system ball versus the disciplined Nebraska defense makes things tough. But Merritt Beason on the right side, beautiful swings, and she kept it high off the hands.
John Cook told her time and time again yesterday at practice, high and deep, Merritt, high and deep. That's exactly what she did there.
Attacking error by Franklin, and Nebraska leads this match 2-0. They are 1 set away from the national semifinal. Their service pressure has been so important today for Nebraska.
For me, it's the defense. Their team defense has been really focused. They're closing up the block, their backcourt, keeping it off the floor, and they've been getting great transition swings.
John Cook is with Madison.
Coach, you're in system. Your defense is playing phenomenal. You've got the service pressure. What area of your game are you most pleased with so far?
We're just competing really hard right now. Wisconsin's playing great defense as well. They got Smirk starting to get hot, so we got a long way to go, but we're just competing. That's all we got to do is compete hard.
Taylor Landfill is leading for you guys in kills right now in double figures. What have you seen from her performance so far?
She's taking big swings. That's what she gets paid to do.
Thank you so much.
Taylor Landfair, the transfer from Minnesota, leading Nebraska with 10 kills. This will be a must-win set for Wisconsin. They are down 2-0 to Nebraska. Let's get you back to the studio with Sam and Jen.
You have different matchups at the net, and we saw Wisconsin do that just with their outsides in the 5th set versus Texas A&M.
Well, in the first 2 sets, one of the bright spots for Nebraska, and there have been several, has been Andy Jackson with 8 kills.
Andy Jackson has been owning the net. In the second set alone, she hit 833, 5 kills off 6 swings, and a couple of them were easy ones on some overpasses, but so good finding that corner off 1 foot, and then some defensive stops as well for Nebraska.
Andy Jackson overall for the match, 8 kills, 583 hitting percentage with a couple of blocks. Katie, if you're Wisconsin coming out here, how do you approach this mentally down 2 sets?
Well, I think one of the most difficult positions mentally to be in sports is down 2-0 in volleyball. For Wisconsin, keep it simple. They need to focus on set 3, getting set 3 and this set only. When you start thinking about a reverse sweep, it becomes daunting and overwhelming to think, oh, we've got to win the next 3 to pull this off. Set 3 is all that matters right now, and play little games to 5. Let's be the first to 5, then to 10, 15, and so on. That makes it mentally way more manageable.
Sarah Franklin comes out and gets the first kill. Free ball back to the Badgers. In the middle with Crawford. Stopped by Rebecca Alec.
Free ball opportunity for Wisconsin, but Rebecca Alec gets a stop in the middle, one-on-one versus CeCe Crawford.
A spot in the national semifinal on Thursday is on the line. That will be in Louisville, Kentucky. Bergen Riley backside to Merritt Beason. Did not get a touch. Point Wisconsin.
Wisconsin looking like they want to use Anna Smrek a lot more on the right side. I think they can get her higher and a little bit wider to give her more court to attack.
She's done some nice things. 5 kills, hitting .308 with 4 digs. I think Andy Jackson just hovered.
She's so good, especially when they run her behind the setter. We've seen her go slide time and time again. The slide set goes all the way out into the antenna. This time, Bergen Riley runs her right off of her back, keeps her close. She's able to get the kill.
Back row, Orzel. Harper Murray rejected by the Wisconsin block.
CeCe Crawford, Anna Smrek set up a wall there for Wisconsin. Looked like Nebraska had a good opportunity in transition. Beautiful hand penetration over the net for Wisconsin.
I love CeCe Crawford's mindset when she goes up to block. She expects to stuff you every single time.
6 blocks today for Wisconsin. They're second in the nation in blocks per set. Jackson just trying to force it, does not work. Beeson will take the swing out of the back row. That was all Carter Booth.
A little bit of a traffic jam in the middle for Nebraska. They tried to go to Beeson out of the backcourt, but Wisconsin, huge stop.
You see the Great Wall of Madison is what they call it. These players leading the Wisconsin Badgers in blocks per set. Nobody there in the middle of the court.
Nice job by Sarah Franklin. We saw Nebraska get a lot of points this way in sets 1 and 2 by going to the donut. There's Sarah Franklin able to throw down, nobody home.
3-0 run for the Badgers.
First to 5. Now reset mentally. Let's get to 10.
They'll try Angie Jackson. Franklin had to go behind her head to get that ball. Beeson out of the back row. Furbringer couldn't get there.
CeCe Crawford that time with the dig. Furbringer can't bring it back for Wisconsin.
Choboy takes it. Furbringer to Smrek. Taylor Landfair!
Taylor Landfair was on an island. You didn't think the middle blocker and Andy Jackson was going to be able to close. Look at her drop her right hand here to go cross court. Excellent block.
John Cook told us Taylor Landfair can be a shutdown blocker on the left side, and we see why.
It took her a little while to get comfortable with this team and what they were asking of her. Didn't take over the starting position until really the beginning of October.
Such a great press. She seems so much happier here. We hadn't seen Taylor Landfair really enjoying playing volleyball in her time at Minnesota. She changes the scenery, the environment, comes out to Nebraska. It takes her some time, as you mentioned, to break into the lineup, but she seems so content and happy playing for her teammates here.
And she told us her why is playing for these teammates that she has become so close to. And Carter Booth, something special happening right there. She's got 5 kills.
That play, Lola Schumacher, the right back defender for Wisconsin, she was balanced, digs it up with control. This allows Charlie Furbringer to run the quick attack. Carter Booth fast on top of that ball for the transition kill.
Wisconsin up 3. They have to win this set to extend the match. And that hit the antenna, so immediately out and a point in favor of the Cornhuskers.
I like the run, though, from Charlie Furbringer. Carter Booth obviously is in a great rhythm. She gets pushed forward, tries to run that slide just a little bit too wide.
Sets up, guys, sets up. Here, Kenny.
Service pressure sending Wisconsin out of system against Nebraska, a free ball. Wow.
She's pretty amazing that she can be as terminal from the back row as she is in the front row. The takeoff to where she lands is so fun to watch. Harper Murray still being an active threat in the backcourt.
7 kills, 8 digs. She's coming off a career-high performance with 22 kills against Dayton in the last round. Oh, Lola Schumacher with one hand saved it, and then Harper Murray does the same. Murray with another dig. Choboy just dove into the Nebraska bench. Wide. Talk about defense.
The hustle, the defensive intensity, all-out effort every single play, and that creates the opportunity, putting so much pressure on the opponent. Sarah Franklin goes wide.
John Cook had no reaction. He's the same no matter what. I love it. Carter Booth found some open court.
Charlie Furbringer going back to that really strong connection with Carter Booth on that gap set or 3-set. They've had a lot of success.
Landfair a bit long, so Wisconsin up by 2. What's looked different about Wisconsin in this set compared to the first 2?
They're playing cleaner. They're taking care of the ball. They're putting some defensive pressure on Nebraska.
I also think their first touch, not so much there because that was a nice throw by Taylor Landfair. I think their first contact has been more controlled, which allows Charlie Furbringer to run her offense out of transition. And as Kelly Sheffield had told us yesterday at practice, in the first 2 meetings in the regular season, they got beat in the transition game. They wanted to be better about that here today. Oh my gosh.
Rodriguez, one hand. Wisconsin keeps it going with Schumacher. And then Julia Orschel, that was all her. Welcome to the Wall, Wisconsin.
The defense on both sides is so good. It's amazing to watch and has to be oh so frustrating if you're an attacker.
Incredible. I mean, Julia Orschel, left hand, able to get a stop in the transition offense of Nebraska, but the defensive effort on both sides has been incredible.
Wisconsin, first to 10. Reset, can you be first to 15?
Breaking the game down into smaller games. Free ball. Devin Robinson. We haven't called her name in a minute.
Middle attackers are dependent on a good first contact, and that's why we haven't called her name. But Devin Robinson getting involved in the offense is important for Wisconsin.
Kelly Sheffield told Madison coming out to start this set he was going to change a few things with their lineup, flip some of the players. They played a lot cleaner as well. The shakeup working for Wisconsin.
That's a row for Nebraska when they're in serve receive, where Merritt Beeson's on the left. Taylor Landfair will swing on that right side that they sometimes struggle to side out. Great first ball side out there from Nebraska.
Olivia Malk. Oh, that was Harper Murray.
Watching the Nebraska block work together in unison. Watch Harper Murray on the far side. She sets up this block, and then Rebecca Alec chasing to close the seam.
Harper Murray came in highly touted, the #1 overall player, the Gatorade National Player of the Year, and helped Nebraska get to the championship match last year.
I love the refeed from Charlie Furbringer. You go back to Devin Robinson after she just got housed. Allow her to continue to build that confidence and get her a kill there.
And Devin Robinson, a 3-time All-American. That hits the Jumbotron. Still playable because it stayed on Nebraska's side, but it went into the ref stand.
Charlie Furbringer had a lot of heat on that serve. She's going at Lexi Rodriguez, and that ball just took a sharp right turn.
I don't think Merritt Beeson intended for it to go that sky high.
Checking into the game for the Badgers, #9, Cece Crawford.
Cece Crawford back in for Wisconsin. They're up 3. They have to win this set to extend their season.
To your point, when you're putting it on from the service line, high risk, high reward.
Smrek on the slide.
Wisconsin definitely passing the ball much better, and they're able to run clean first ball side out kills.
And it makes all the difference in their efficiency as an offense.
Merritt Beeson on the right side. Cece Crawford ate that up.
So far, so good from Kelly Sheffield, turning the dial here and switching things up from a positional standpoint. Wisconsin looking good. They got first to 5, first to 10, and now they're first to 15, trying to survive here in Nebraska.
Let's check in with Madison.
I listened in on Nebraska's timeout, and Coach John Cook said, I want to see you guys use the block. I want to see range in these swings. Swipe it off the block, swing high and around.
It's a good point, Madison, because the last few times we've seen some of these attackers go against CC Crawford, they've gotten housed.
Back row, Orjol trying to turn it just a bit too much.
Transition opportunity for Wisconsin again because of their defense. Orjol out of the back row trying to find that wrist away corner, just missing wide. But they're getting opportunities that they didn't get in earlier sets.
Franklin dug up by Beeson. Harper Murray.
And that's exactly what Madison heard in Nebraska's timeout there. Go high hands, change up your shot, try to utilize the block instead of hitting low, tight, and right into it.
That serve was nasty, so much movement, and the ball just drops. Beautiful jump float from Merritt Beeson.
This ball just dies, hits her hand and drops right in front of Yulia Orjol.
Flat and clean, no spin on that ball.
Schumacher will take it. Schmreck. Here goes Schmreck. Mouth is all over her. Harper Murray wants a touch. She's going to get it. Tied at 15.
Olivia Mouth, the freshman in the backcourt. Fantastic dig to give Nebraska that opportunity.
It's like a game within the game. Mouth versus Anna Schmreck.
And a timeout is called. Wisconsin is led by as many as 4 here in this must-win set for the Badgers. But Nebraska able to make that adjustment after the timeout with how they were attacking Wisconsin.
Just a really nice response there. I mean, Wisconsin was up, what, 15-11, and they go on a 4-point run there. Excellent job just staying the course, staying calm in a high-pressure moment.
When you play at this level, you know teams will respond, and it's been the defense for Nebraska that's tied it up.
You know, a couple of points ago, we saw Merritt Beeson get that ace. Nebraska has 3 aces. And when there's an ace in the Devaney Center, something special happens. What do we expect from the crowd, Madison, when we see that ace from the Huskers?
Well, when you see an ace from the Huskers, one loyal Nebraska fan named Randy started this tradition in 1995, where each ace he hangs a giant ace playing card. The reason he started this was because in 1995, the scoreboard in the old Coliseum didn't keep track of aces, so he took it upon himself to keep track of them, and he still uses the same playing cards today. And Courtney, you asked how many he has. He has 14, so Nebraska can keep on going.
That is amazing. Just decided, you know what, I'll be the stats guy for you guys.
I love it.
Madison, what a story. That's awesome.
Why 14? Like, why max out at 14?
15 would just be too much.
I guess. That's what, 30 years of, check my math, Courtney, is that 30 years of
Don't
fandom?
ask me to do math.
1995?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, wow, loyal.
Nebraska looking for its first lead in this set. They have 10 points off of 16 serves from Merritt Beeson. Smrek ends the run, tooling the block.
8 kills for Anna Smrek on the right side. She's making her presence felt defensively as well as offensively.
Andy Jackson coming in hot off the slide, dug by Crawford. Decent back row. Harper Murray. And the icing on the cake right there.
And I love that from Harper Murray, to switch up her shot selection. We've seen her bang the last couple of times. She goes power. Here on this point, she just drops a roll shot, nice and easy in front of the defense.
The pace off her hand is really tough because it drops so quickly.
5th tie. Serve sends Wisconsin scrambling.
She's in the back row, and she looks like a front court player, Holly.
Imagine the stress it puts on the Wisconsin block. They have to worry about Andy Jackson, Taylor Landfair, and then here comes Harper Murray out of the back row. That is stressing the defense.
And she gives Nebraska its first lead in this set. Look at the serve, too. Lexi Rodriguez with the up. One arm stab there by Furbringer. Bergen Riley with some defense.
Sarah Franklin has taken some big rips cross court, but Lexi Rodriguez keeping it off the floor.
Timeout, Wisconsin. They had controlled most of this set, but Nebraska just took its first lead, and now they're up by 2.
7-1 run by Nebraska. If you're Wisconsin, let's settle back down. We've done enough right now to stay in this game, to lead most of this set. Let's just resettle. The world feels against you right now in this building.
Here's how our bracket shapes up. 2 teams are already in the national semifinal. 2 rivals, Pitt and Louisville. This will be the 3rd meeting this season, with Pitt winning the first 2 against Louisville. That takes place on Thursday. Also on Thursday, TBD. Who's going to be there? Both of these teams want it to be them. Wisconsin has got some work to do. They have to win this set and 2 more. If Nebraska gets to 25 points first, they are moving on to Louisville.
Friday night on the bench when Wisconsin went 5, Sarah Franklin said, look, pressure is a privilege. Let's go. And this is a big moment for Wisconsin. Can they respond? A little cleaner, more discipline on their block, and they can stay right in this match.
Nebraska's putting a lot of pressure on them from the serve. If you're in the back row right now for Wisconsin, stick this pass, put it right on top of Charlie Furfringer's head so she can run her offense at its fullest.
Madison was in the Wisconsin huddle.
Well, Katie, it's like you're reading my mind. Coach Sheffield said, cover our attackers, swing high, and then hold our passes. We need to stay in system right now and serve receive.
Let's see if they can do it, Madison.
Backside to Smrek. Choboy with the up. Taylor Landfair, touch. Point Nebraska.
High and deep is what John Cook kept telling Taylor Landfair at practice yesterday, and it's paying off, getting touches off the big Wisconsin block.
Wisconsin got the pass that they wanted. Unfortunately, tips aren't going to get it done.
That was one of their keys. They had to be aggressive in this match. That's what you want. Much better. Anna Smrek. Ending a 4-0 run by Nebraska. Bourget Gutschiken serving for the Badgers, down 2. Stop Andy Jackson on the slide. That puts her in double figures, 10 kills.
When Nebraska's playing their best volleyball, it's defense and then transition offense. Look at Andy Jackson go off 1 foot. Beautiful cross-body cutback, beating Lola Schumacher, who's an excellent defender in that right back position.
Double-figure kills for Andy Jackson for the 11th time this season. Carter Booth. Kennedy Orr, who is a setter, steps in to set up Landfair. And a point for Wisconsin.
We've kind of explained these little games to 5 throughout this set. Yes, Nebraska gets to 20 first. No problem if you're Wisconsin. Keep Nebraska at 20. Don't allow them to extend this lead. Catch back up and then reset your games. Little game to 5 here, ultimately to 25.
Landfair long. And here comes Wisconsin.
Here's Sarah Franklin. Put it on him from the serve, force him out of system.
Go get it, Tate. Go get it, Tate.
And Lola Schumacher dumped that up, but it went into the screen and then came down too fast.
It actually accelerated off the screen, and Carter Booth tried to get under and couldn't.
No more jumbotrons. Let's just eliminate them.
You can still play it as long as it comes down on your side, but yeah, like you said, Holly, it just accelerated.
Oh, I love it. I love the run. What a shot inside the block there, Holly.
Sarah Franklin had a sliver of a court to attack out of the back row and finds it. What a swing.
Sarah Franklin, the reigning National Player of the Year. She is a semifinalist for that award again this year. 12 kills today. Service error. Nebraska needs 3 more points. Robinson, Rodriguez gets there. Merritt Beeson helps her out. It's back over. And then Devin Robinson blocked by Harper Murray. Good grief.
Holy smokes. The dig to keep it alive and then to come back and get that kind of block. Unreal.
Look at Harper Murray. Second time around, big left-hand press to shut that down.
Wisconsin does not have any timeouts left. They continue to go to Devin Robinson. She gets it done there.
Charlie Furbringer goes right back at her. Good confidence in your middle attacker, Robinson, and it pays off on that second swing.
Merritt Beeson. And a smack putting up the set, and the block by Rebecca Allett brings up match point. Robinson. Nebraska to the national semifinal. A trip to Louisville, Kentucky is on the horizon.
Where's the weakness? I mean, that was dominant from start to finish in all phases of their game. And I'll be honest with you, when we stepped in this building, after watching the way Nebraska played against Dayton on Friday, I did not expect them to come out and sweep Wisconsin.
We've seen other teams in the tournament have that flat match and kind of a wake-up call, refocus them on what they need to do on the court. And Nebraska came out laser focused today.